Welcome, my name is Paul Koenraad. I'm the Dean of the Graduate School at Eindhoven University of Technology. We are one of the partners in the Eurotech Engineering University. And with this presentation, I want to introduce Eurotech to you. The structure of the talk is as follows. I will speak about us, who we are, and what we want to achieve. I will speak about open education beyond the university. I will speak with you about how we want to promote change. At the core of this project is challenge-based learning, so I'll also speak about that. And I end with a few words by showing what's in it for you as a student or as an industrial partner. What's our vision? We want to provide our students with in-depth technical knowledge that is extended by an educational horizon. And with that I mean that they can look beyond the borders of what we offer at our local university. So through the contact with our partners in Eurotech, they can get an experience of a different culture, different environment, but also we want to contact them to different learners, so like vocational learners. That's two horizons that we want to cross. We find it also very important that our students have an entrepreneurial mindset and that they are sensitive to what is happening in society at the moment. For instance, that they are aware of sustainability and that what they will do in the future actually needs to address that problem. But there are more of these issues that they need to address. With Eurotech, we have 6 partners that collaborate. We come from Estonia, the Czech Republic, Germany, France, Denmark, and the Netherlands. As Eurotech, we have an ambitious program that we want to execute. That program consists of 6 work packages. First of all, we have to create the management structure to make possible what we want to achieve. We want to build a Eurotech campus where our students can meet and can learn and get experiences what it is to work together in different cultures. We want to run the Eurotech Collider. This is where we actually want to try out our ideas on challenge-based learning. I'll speak about that a bit more later on. Also, we want to think about the engineer of the future. So what is the Eurotech professional? What will he look or she look like in the future? We want to connect to the various societies around us, and that is both the industry but also society at large and our colleagues in other universities. And finally, we want to assure what we are doing will persist and not be lost in a few years' time. A few words on open education beyond university. Here it's important to tell you that we want to establish a joint course catalog. So as partners, we want to offer the best that we have in-house. And this is often in the form of online education. Remember that we are with 150,000 students within these 6 universities together. So there is really, we hope, a great opportunity for students to use this course catalog. We want to offer students the option to develop individual learning paths so that they take control of their own learning plan and their own learning goals. We want to enhance the mobility of the students so that they really use the opportunity also to travel to these other institutes that are participating in Eurotech, be embedded in the local environment there, see what is happening in that area and learn from that. We will tailor our education also to the different languages that are locally present so that it's actually of interest for everybody. We want to be in contact with all the stakeholders so that we can learn what we have to do, but also that our students can learn what actually is important according to our stakeholders. And we want to really offer opportunities that they can develop this entrepreneurial mindset that they have and that we want to develop further. So our Eurotech campus in that sense is open to all the partner institutes in the network, but we're also open to vocational learners. And those will be vocational learners typically from the local area where the university is located, to really cross barriers that might exist between students with different levels of education. I think this is very important for what they will experience later in life. Also, we'll promote lifelong learning. Nowadays, the lifetime of knowledge that you acquire is much shorter as it was in the past, so you really need to be a learner for the rest of your life. We will do this with stakeholders from industry, trade associations, but also various areas in society, because we want to address the major challenges and prepare our students for these major challenges that actually exist at the moment and that where we can create solutions. Again, think about sustainability, but there are of course many other problems that need to be addressed in the future. For that, we need to promote a change in education and a change in how we cooperate. And this means that we take to the heart of our program co-creation and social cohesion. Co-creation, where we talk with what is needed in society, what is needed in the industry, what is limiting there, how can we overcome these barriers, but we want to do that together with our partners, together with the users, together with the producers in our university. Social cohesion is there very important because, we need to come up with solutions that are really needed in society and that people can connect to that. And that also our learners are able to work together with learners from different levels, really cross barriers in many aspects. So, we want to raise awareness of what's happening in society, in technology, and how these things are connected. We want to lead by example. We already do a lot of beautiful work, but how can we show that to our students and really create more examples that will be inspiring also for other people? That means that we will lobby for change in education, change in how we cooperate with the industry, change in society. Really make the world better for our students, but also create a better society. That is what our dream is. But let's also not forget to have fun, because if you have fun, things will go much better. Challenge-based learning, I've mentioned this already a few times. What is challenge-based learning and what does it mean? Challenge-based learning means that we will bring learners together from different backgrounds, and bringing them together is to have to collide their minds and really come up with solutions for problems that we have for society. And this is why we call them the Eurotech Collider. In such a collider, we actually have gone to a situation where we ask what students find important, what we think is important in society. As an example, at the moment we have colliders that are aligned along the theme Leave No Waste Behind. I've mentioned already sustainability a few times. Students find that important, it's important in society. And now we ask our students that come together with different backgrounds to find solutions that actually address this problem. And that means that many people are involved. First of all, our own staff, but also the stakeholders who experience the problems, who can tell about what is a limiting factor, what is a problem, what needs to be addressed, what can we do, what can we not do. Then the students will do their work and then they will present their results. And we have already seen examples where students come up with very new, very different solutions. And by doing this, they really learn how to work together and how to be entrepreneurial and how to learn something that you will never forget the rest of your life. So it's really a form of deep learning because you work on an open problem that interests you, and then you can find and create this solution. What's in it for you? And first of all, I would like to address here what's in it for you as a student. First of all, you can make use of our course catalog, where we offer mostly online education, so you can follow that very easily from your own institute. But of course, we also want to promote that you really travel and that you go to one of the other institutes and experience there what's happening and become part of that local culture. I think that's very rewarding for you. Experiences you indeed will take along with you for the rest of your life. We also offer you an opportunity to be part of interdisciplinary learning, crossing borders between your own discipline, but also with different cultures and with different learners. We also offer you an opportunity to meet people in a different culture, what is happening in the Czech Republic, how do people solve problems there. I think that can be very interesting and is very important. And also you learn the local industry in these areas by taking part in the projects that actually are defined by real problems that they have. What's in it for you as in the industry? I think it gives you an opportunity to get into contact with excellent students that we have in our universities. I think you can work in interdisciplinary teams that tackle some of the problems that you have in your industry, and they really can come up with new solutions you have never thought of, and I have the examples. We know that this is happening. You can find engineering talent and promote your company, and hopefully they will work for you later in their career. And of course, you will find students that have this entrepreneurial mindset that is so important to drive the industry forward. With that, I would like to thank you for your attention and hope to see you at one of our universities.